Good morning, good morning, good morning, all of my handsome and beautiful trade geniuses out there. Welcome to Trade Genius Live. I am the brand ambassador of the Edge Funder and your host, Trend Genius. Happy Friday, TGIF. Man, let's go. Let's make sure that we end the week green. That's all I gotta say for today. But man, how's everybody doing? Chrissy, good morning. Happy Futures Friday. I love it. Kick Rocks, good morning. Morbid Drifter, good morning. Danae Velasquez, welcome. Welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you're tapping in with us. Good morning. Bodovan, good morning. Mike, good morning. Who else we got? Soaking Insider, good morning. Serena, good morning. Serena, is everything work out for you? I let the chat know, you had some stuff going on, but we all, definitely was prayers up for you. So I just want to let you know that the whole community was prayers up for you. Everybody in here definitely was sending the praying hands. But I hope everything worked out and everything is good. Glad to see you back with us this morning. And yeah, Super Spaceman. Man, that horn got me before the green tea did. That's what's up. Woke up with one outer runner on the third, man, top of the seventh. Oh, okay. Woke up with one outer runner on the third. Man, got it. I'm with you, Mr. Cologne. Super Spaceman, good morning. Terry Hart, hello again. Absolutely. Nice, Serena. Absolutely. All the time. Absolutely, Danae. You're welcome. How are y'all feeling out there this morning? Let me know. I ask you this every morning. How y'all feeling? One word me. Good, relax, refresh. How you feeling? Tired? Ready to get some money? Kaz. Grand Risings, my brother. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling. Let me know. I always ask you that every morning. It's very, very important that I ask you that. And it's very, very important that you yourself hears yourself say that. Good. D Young, good morning. Good. That's what's up. Thank you for all the thoughts and prayers. I'm so grateful for you, Trent, and everyone in this community. Absolutely, man. We're grateful for you too. Oh, Kaz said chill. That's what's up. Kaz, hey, that's a good place to be in when you jumping on the charts. Nico, good morning. Q, you thought I was gonna say all that like before, huh? You got me together. Q, Grand Risings. Soaking Insider, great. Danae said awesome. Chrissy said smarter. Ha. That's what's up. Barbosa the Great. Good morning, my brother. That's what's up, Chrissy. I love it. That's you and I. That's between you and you right there. For smarter. I feel it. I want to say this too. I've been getting some DMs talking about how well that the live stream has been helping. This is not about me. This is about us. Because I'm not really big on I always feel like this is a communal. How would I say? This is a this is like a communal effort, right? It's like we all putting it in. Yeah, I'm running a live and this and that, but still, it takes all of us. You know what I'm saying, to make this really truly go. So everyone that has been reaching out to me with the DMs, letting me know that everything's the live stream has been helping them. I just want to let you know, like, I'm so happy to hear that. It's amazing that this is going where I thought it would go. But when you start something, you anything that you how would I say, you step your foot into, we always step into things with the best intentions, right? Of course, we never know where they're going to go. We have our best intentions at heart. We prepare, we implement, and all I want to say is, like, I'm super ecstatic and super happy that I get those DMs letting me know how much that the live stream is helping. That's all it was always intended to do. So When I get that, y'all just don't know how inside, man, I'll be feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I'll be almost on the line of being emotional, like seriously, because at the end of the day, like this is what it was designed to do. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a very, very good feeling to know that what I'm doing, what I started and what we're doing is helping. You know what I mean? So with that said, man, let's just keep rocking. That's the best way I can say it. Let's just keep rocking. Spaceman said alert. I love it. I love it. Happy New G Day. That's what's up, Alex. Friday, Friday music. Oi. Q said a little tired, but pushing through. That's what's up. Give the boy some likes on the video. Absolutely. Chrissy, yes, sir. Mike said caffeinated. I love it. I like say caffeinated. That means you up, you wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. That's dope. Chili Way Screams, good morning, good morning, good morning. For anyone that's new on the stream, all I ask is that you give me them free likes, couple free clicks. Give me that subscription. It helps push the content out further. And that's pretty much all I ask for, y'all. I know that ain't too much to ask for. It's all free. It don't cost you nothing. And I'll take care of the rest. Yeah. So what we got? Oh, good morning. Good morning, Stephen. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see here. Let's go on and jump into these. Oh, wow. I don't know if y'all noticed something. Wait, where am I at? I don't know if y'all noticed something today. This is going to be very interesting. This is actually a good talking point too. Wow, that's amazing. Something I noticed. Interesting. All right, what we got? Why denim? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Why denim? Because denim is denim is dope. But yeah, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and jump in the news, and let's look at this. It's something funny just happened. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but let's jump in the news. Today's Friday. We had CPI today. CPI is usually CPI is pretty. T Pruitt, yo, thanks for tapping in, my brother. CPI is usually a pretty volume high. It's pretty volume high news. I've never seen CPI come out, and if it did, I just don't remember. But I doubt it. I've never seen CPI come out and it be, you know what I mean, like bam, like scratch that. Hold on. I've never seen CPI come out and it be not like bam. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always like it always hits. Meaning like we always get huge volume spikes with CPI. I've never seen it not be that way. 7 o'clock, we have some orange folder, a little bit of yellow folder, factory orders and federal budget balance. That's really neither here nor there. We definitely want to keep our ears to the street on this orange folder news, this consumer sentiment and its inflation expectations. So, we'll be mindful of that. So let's go ahead and jump on the charts. Now check this out, y'all. So if y'all ever heard me say, I don't think I've said it on the live stream, but I've said it a lot in both of the communities, right? In our communities, right? Inner Circle and in the Edge Funder community. Remember this. And this is I'm gonna show proof. Boss Beauty Official, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks for tapping in. Glad to see you. So we talk about instruments, right? And a lot of people think that because micros is 1/10 of micro NQ is 1/10 of mini NQ, or micro ES or micro YM, they're all 1/10 of ES or YM, all the micro versions, right? I tell everyone that all of those tickers are separate. They're different. They're their own, how would I say, their own entity, so to speak. They're not the same. They're a totally separate ticker. Even though it may be micros and people think, well, I thought it was the smaller version of that. It is the smaller version. Micros are a smaller version of the minis, but they are still their own instrument. Period. So just keep that in mind. And in the way that you can prove that, go back and look at some of the candles. Go to a candle, any candle you want on any time frame, and hover your mouse over the time frame, and then you notice when you hover your mouse over any candle, this up here, it gives you the open, high, low, close, right? So if you hover your mouse over, like if I hover my mouse over this candle, it gives me the open, high, low, close. Now what you do is you go to the mini chart, right, the regular NQ chart, and find that same candle, the 5:29 a.m. candle on the 1 minute time frame, hover your mouse over it, and then you'll see that it's different. Some of the, like the low might be the same, but something in there is going to be different. The open, high, low, close is never going to be the same. All of those numbers won't be the same. A couple of them may be, one or two of them will not be. And that's just proof that it's its own separate ticker. Hella bands, good morning. Yeah, you late, bro. Check this out. I need you to run lines. And I need 100 free throws. But nah, man, you ain't never late, bro. Good to see you. Good morning, my brother. Good morning. But yeah, so if you just go and just go check open, high, low, close of a lot of different candles, but make sure you're checking the same candle, the same time on the same time zone, and compare micros and minis, and you'll see that the numbers are different. So just keep this in mind. Micros and minis, even though it could be NQ, they're still two totally separate tickers. Now check this out. So this was news today, right? We had CPI. I told you CPI usually is some pretty heavy news. Daniel, what's up, my guy? Thanks for tapping in, man. Great session yesterday. Also, great session yesterday. I want to tell you that too, Daniel. That was real cool. When we got off the call, I was like, "That's what's up." Like I felt comfortable. I felt comfortable when we got off the call together that I was like, the brother's in the right spot. You know what I'm saying? Like he's on the right path. So that's what's up. So going back to news. So check this out. I'm on micros. You see that? MNQ. Now check this out. Now this is our 529, 530, 531 candles. I'm on a 1 minute time frame. So this was news. And also too, even though news reported at 530, if we go back to our news here, it says 530. Sometimes that volume can come in sometimes a couple of minutes before or after news. You know what I mean? So 3 minutes, yeah. Okay, so let me do that. Let me do that for you real quick. Let me do that for you, hella bands. And then we can talk about this because we do need to get our bias together. Thanks for letting me know, my guy. So all right, so here we go. Let's do it. 5 to 9. And 11 to 2. All right. So what are we doing? We comparing these. We do this every morning. So check this out. This is Asia. This is not the full Asia session, but this is how this is a cheat code on how we somewhat get a bias of what New York session is going to do. So we got a little more than 30 seconds. So this is the Asia high. Let me open this up. This candle right here is the Asia high. This is the Asia low, meaning these are the highest and lowest points Asia went between 5 and 9. Now, London. London's high would be between this time zone. London high would be this blue line right here. London's low would be right here. So London did take out Asia's low. It did not take out Asia's high. So with that said, our daily bias for New York would be what? New York would be bearish today. But of course, we're not married to that. So market just open. Let's see what we get. So today, based on our bias, and we're not married to that New York session would be bearish because London did not take out Asia's high. It took out Asia's low in our little time frame. That's a little cheat code. That's a little cheat code that was taught to me. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he on it. He on it. Like what I said earlier, Chrissy, it's communal, right? Sometimes, we all got to jump in there and be like, yo, man the fort. You know what I'm saying? But nah, but so we're looking for, you know, possibly the market should be bearish. There is a lot of liquidity down here, right? Because we know traders got in buys in this area right here. We know they got in buys. So we know there's a lot of liquidity right here. And this is the lowest point. Actually, this is the lowest point of overnight, but this is Australia, because Australia starts first in overnight session. But we still know we have a lot of liquidity right here, because we know there are a lot of traders that traded overnight in other countries, and we know there's a lot of stop losses here, because we know a lot of traders went long. So let's see. So another thing that I want to say, what you'll also notice about a characteristic of NQ, is that price will always go and grab that area. Like it'll always go sweep the area where like the high or low of what news did. It does that a lot, especially on these very, very high volume spike candles. So what I'm thinking, it's my bias. Of course, we're not married to it. Price is going to go up. It's going to sweep this area, and then it's going to come back down. That's my bias for today. And then it's going to, go bearish. How far bearish, of course, we don't know, but that's my bias. We're not married to that, but excuse me, but it's something for us to look at, to think about, you know what I mean? Based on what we just did. So that's where we at. So we'll see. Pretty close. So we'll see. We'll see. All the daily levels are below. You see all my pink lines, they're all below. So if I get a sale set up, I'll possibly take it. But right now, this is the previous swing low. My first daily level is here. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see. So we'll see how that goes. Let me check the 15-minute. The 615 candle is bearish. Okay. All right, let me just take these off my chart. I don't need them anymore. So 615 candle is bearish. I don't know, Serena, if we can get a flip on this candle right on this 630 candle, we might be able to get that 15-minute banger. So we'll see. And sometimes price may not, totally sweep the high that because usually when we have these high volume spikes from news, we always going to get a high or a low out of it, depending on which way it went. As you can see, we got a low out of this candle. We got a high out of this one. You can see it there. Let me just open that up a little bit more so y'all can see. You can see it right here. This candle, huge spike. You can see this candle was very, very huge. This candle right here, actually, let's do the math. The high on the candle is 365. The low is 275. Excuse me, the low is 275. So what's that? 25. That is 90-point candle. This candle right here, this 529 candle. And remember, for everyone that's new, I am on the West Coast time, so my times are Pacific Standard Time. So this was a 90-point candle. 90 times 4 is 360. So this was a 360 tick candle. This candle alone. So that's pretty extensive. All right, so price did sweep that. It did sweep that high that the news made. And look what it's doing now. It's coming back down. Why I can say what I say, not because I'm not trying to be right, y'all. You guys already know I always tell you guys I'm not trying to be right. Everything that I tell you guys about like how my bias and how I'm expecting it to move has a lot to do with the characteristics of NQ. This is the only ticker that I trade. You guys know that. For anyone that's new on the call, it's the only ticker that I trade. It's the only ticker that I've been looking at for my entire trading career, and that's been a little over 2 years now. Yep, a little over 2 years, like about 2 years and April 10th. Actually, about 2 years and a month. Yeah, 2 years and a month, 2 years and a month and a half, somewhere around there. But yeah, so this is everything that I tell you guys. Like I said, it's just based on characteristics of what I've seen NQ do. So we swept that, and now we're headed bearish. Let's see how how much that can hang on. Let me see here. Took my base hit for the day. I'm one and done. That's what's up. Sis, what's up? I'm only goated because you say it. I don't. You know what, sis? I don't think I'm goated. I don't honestly. And I'm not arguing what you said or even being argumentative to that. I appreciate that. I'm just saying I don't know, sis. I don't know if I'm goated. Not yet. I don't know. The reason why I said it is because when I look at you, like, you're goated. I'm not even on that level. You know what I mean? Like, I do have great knowledge of trading and all of that stuff, but I ain't quite there yet. I ain't quite there. I don't think. But maybe you see something that I don't. You know, I'm a very hard critic on myself, but you know, I appreciate that, especially coming from you, especially coming from my sis. Coming from my sis who's a beast at what she does. You know what I'm saying? It's like a beast, right? It's like the ultimate beast telling you, hey, you're a beast. It's like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of pressure there. Steven said, I'm bloated. That is too funny. Antonio, good morning, my guy. Made my consistency figure for the day, one and done. That's what's up. That's what I love to hear. That's what's up. That's what I love to hear. Let me know. It's getting through. It's getting through. One and done. That's what I'm talking about. You make your profit. I don't care what it is. Just like Without Prejudice said, any amount is enough, right? Any amount is enough. Right? Right, Alec? For real, right? When Canary graces us with her presence, what? Come on, man. How can you not? Thank you, Joseph. Like, what do you mean he not goated? Notice those who put in work, so trust. Say no more, sis. Yes, yes, sensei. Yes, sensei. But nah, you know, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. You know what? Because let me explain. Like, what you do, what my brothers do, Scout, Juve, Lazy, Euphoria. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't think I'm right there, but that's me. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean what you're saying is not true. But you know what? I'm just gonna shut up and I'm gonna take it. Thanks, sis. I'm goated, just like she said. Y'all heard what she said. You heard what she said. The crypto queen said I'm goated. So we're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna shut my mouth. Sometimes you gotta know when to shut up. I'm gonna shut up. But yeah, so price is kind of playing around in this reversal zone. It's violet flame. It's violet flame. Right, Alec. right, for real. So price right now is just kind of playing around in this reversal zone. It did sweep that news candle as it always usually does. It always go back to that. I say like 95% of the time. Once you start watching NQ every day, like we watch it, you'll notice these different characteristics. And also through your journaling, you'll start seeing a lot of characteristics. You'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that happened like, you know, last week, hypothetically speaking. I remember writing this down. Oh, you want to be with the elite? Of course. I know I still got time though. I got work to put in. I ain't quite there yet, but I'm striving. I'm striving. Of course. Not I gotta be with the elite. I got to. Like it has to happen. And it will. But yeah, so let's see. Let me jump to the 15-minute. Did that candle flip on us? Ooh, it did. Serena, it flipped on us. Nice. Hopefully it can stay like that because I don't think that we're going to get a daily today. Too close. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get a daily today. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm so tired of this crazy market. I wish the world would return to normal and those two wars were over already. Yeah, absolutely. I would love the wars to be over. But then at the same time, you know, we take the market as it comes. Morbid Drifter, we ain't tripping. However it comes, we take it. Because honestly, at the end of the day, that's going to make us, how would I say, that is going to make us very, very strong traders because we're able to trade in different terrains. Yeah, it did, right? Right? Absolutely. I don't know. You know what? We could get a daily if price closes, right? And Serena knows this. If price closes and then it goes back up here and forms a fair value gap somewhere up here that we might be able to get in on, it's a possibility we could. It's a possibility we could, but it might be too close. So we'll see. Just bank the sell on demo based on your prediction. That's what's up. So you say characteristic of NQ was to sweep news liquid. Yeah, it's one of the characteristics is like when it makes these, when it makes these huge spikes like this, if you notice, news will always leave real long wicks. And those wicks, those candles usually form a high or a low because they're super high volume candles. They're big candles. And NQ will always go back to that. That's not always, I say 90 to 95% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll go back to that. So it's just a character, it's just something that I've watched NQ do. You know what I mean? So with that stated, like I just, something I pay attention to. I pay attention to it. So, and it's done that like consistently. Yeah, that's what's up, Soaking Insider. Banked on that sell on the demo. Hey, what I like is you trade your demo account exactly the same way you would trade your live account. Especially if it's market open, and you are, trying to get some practice in. Now, there are times you use your demo account just to see something. But of course, when you're just using your demo account just to see something like, I want to see if, something you saw, like let's say you saw something consecutively for the past, 2-3 days on NQ, some type of pattern that you've seen, right? And you're like, you know what? Let me demo trade this pattern. I've been seeing the same pattern over and over and over. Let me try on something like that. That's different. But outside of that, you always want to trade your demo account like it's your live account. Period. So there it is. Always remember that. So let's see. Yeah, for real. At J Royal, for real. We have a full scale war here for over 4 years and 12 years in total. Yeah, man, it's been something. I mean, I definitely want all of that to subside just for the human rights aspect of it. But also too, I want the market to get back right so we can get our bread. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't taken that many trades since January 20th from a weekly perspective. It's been like 1 to 2 trades a week. And then it's also too, because I know the market is so volatile, I've been just playing it safe, taking base hits, not necessarily holding. So, Ivan, good morning. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely recommend trading after CPI. What news will do? News will bring some volume into the market. Absolutely. I definitely. Anytime we have any news that has already happened, especially like when we get a lot of 530 red folder news, absolutely. It's cool. No big deal. Now, excuse me, you guys have heard me say this, like days when we have major news going on, like FOMC, even sometimes CPI, and even other news too, like non-farm payroll, stuff like that. You'll notice sometimes the market the day before will be choppy. It'll be choppy during the open and almost choppy all day before we get some volume. Yesterday we had some cool volume spikes. Keys World, what's good? Good morning. So how'd y'all do yesterday? Remember we got off the call and we were in that 15-minute trade yesterday. How'd y'all do? I'm sure everybody did good if you were in it. I'm sure y'all did good. I know Steven hit me up and he told me he banked 2 bands on 4 accounts. I did 1630. Yeah, I did 1630 on 10 accounts. $1,630 on 10 accounts. So that was like a $16,000 lick right there. Yeah, that 15-minute went hard. I took it 1-to-1, and right at 1-to-1, my TP was 1-to-1. Once it hit 1-to-1, it got me out. Yeah, that trade hit. That's what's up. For the daily, would we have to have fair value gap through a break of structure? Then you enter on a fair value gap. I always get confused. I was about to text you about that. That's what's up. Yeah, hella bands. Yeah, that hit. Yeah, Steven hit me up too. He was like, bro, that trade. I'm like, what? That trade hit. So yeah, so what we want first, Steven, is we want market structure shift, which is a close below a previous, not a wick below, a close below, candle close below the most previous, whatever direction you're going. If you're going bullish, the most previous swing high. If you're going bearish, the most previous swing low. Then once you have that, then you want a fair value gap to form. And that can form at any time. It can be it doesn't have to be the next candle after, but you want those steps to happen. Sometimes a fair value gap may take 15, 20 minutes. There's times where I've seen it take 30 minutes. We've had our market structure shift, and it took 30 minutes to get a fair value gap. So it does happen, but you have to do that in those steps. I seen it, didn't take it though. Yeah. And bro thinks he ain't go. That's what's up, Soaking Inside. I appreciate that. Yeah, but you know what, man? Shout out to. You know what? Hold on, Empress. I've been looking for you. Where you been? Haven't been in the chat all week trading. Oh, you still okay? Got you. You still in? Got you. You still in Jamaica? That's right. From the Easter weekend. Okay. Hey, we've been missing you, yo. What's happening? I've been missing you. Seriously. Like you say, you haven't been in all week, right? I've been missing you. I noticed. Just to let you know, I noticed that you were not here. I was looking for you, straight up. But not. I'm glad you're here. And I get it. You with family. You're doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you know, I ain't mad at that. Enjoy that time. Because I know how it is when you go back home, especially when you go back to your home country. I know how that is. So, but that's what's up. I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad you graced us with your presence today. That's dope. Did good on the 5-0 last night. Yeah, the 5-0 did pretty good. The funny thing is, y'all know the first entry loss. And I just went ahead and I didn't even set my my re-entry, and then I ended up just going to bed. I shut everything down, and then I woke up this morning. I'm like, oh, of course. But that's why you follow the rules. That's why you take that trade every day. That's why you take it every day. No bias, no nothing. That's my bad. I was supposed to re-enter. I usually always do. I was reading, doing some other stuff, and my night usually ends early now because I'm up early. I'm up at 3:30. Haha, I walk away and my dogs are literally watching you on my That's what's up. Of course. They're like, man, we like this guy. How you find your reversal zones? We do them on the 1 hour. And it's a whole like method how we do it. So I do them on the 1 hour, and basically what I'm doing is when I go to the 1 hour, I'm looking for on the 1 hour time frame, I'm looking for like these kind of formations with candles on the 1 hour time frame. And then what I do is once I draw the zone, I go back and because I'm drawing the zones back in history, like I'm going back in time and drawing the zones. Probably, I don't know, go like some months back, maybe even further than that. Because some of these reversal zones have been on here for like a long time. Like if I go down into have reversal zones down into like the 1600, into the 16,000s, and some of these have been on my chart for a long time. We did a whole reversal zones class. I think it was last year or the year before. Was it last year? I think it was last year. I think we did one in 2024. But we also did one, I believe, in 2025. It's like 3 hours long. My brother and co-founder of the Edge Funder, Scalp God, we did it all together. It's like a whole group of us. And so these reversal zones are there. There's no reason to take them off. We don't redo them. I know Lazy redoes his, but we don't redo ours. Lazy, I believe, redoes his. He redoes his zones every month. Yeah, at the end of the month he does his. So basically, as I stated. Get on the 1 hour time frame, and I'm looking for two candle touches like this. I'm looking for stuff like this. And then what I'll do is we'll draw a zone, and then what we'll do is, because we're doing it in time, we'll go back into the present and we'll see how many, how good is that zone. The way you can tell how good it is you can tell by how many candles like are going into that zone and touching. That's kind of like your confirmation. Ooh, what's happening? 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 Um, yeah, got out. TP2 consistency rule 5 only works on NQ. Yeah, you got to follow those 5-0 rules, or you will be really upset when you wake up and didn't take the reentry. Yeah, absolutely. Happened to me twice now. Yep. Don't try to change the strategies that have been tested for years. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that was just on me. I have nothing but bad results back testing the 5-0 strap. At least it's back testing. You should have great results, bro. That trade kills, Morbid Drifter. That trade kills. Yeah, that trade kills. So I don't know, maybe I'm not saying you are. Possibly maybe you're not back testing it correctly, but that trade kills. That trade hits, bro. Like that trade hits. Don't get me wrong. You'll have a lot of there'll be times where you'll have like 2 reentries, sometimes even 3, depending on, I know that in the PDF it says 2, right? There's times that I take 3 if the stop is not that big. If it's like $400, right around there, I'll do 3. That's just me. That's me. Because my accounts can handle it. So, but like as the PDF says, take 2 after 2, shut it down. But I back tested it, excuse me, and I've been trading it for a long time. We were trading it a very long time before the community got it. And there's a lot of other characteristics that I know about the 5-0 that most of the time when the stop loss is very small, if you pay attention to it, you'll notice that when the stop loss is very small, that candle is very small, it tends to lose the first 1 or 2 times. But 90% of the time, that third one it'll hit. But like I said, when it's small, when the stop loss is small, $400, 480, something like that, no more than 500. You know what I'm saying? But anything bigger than that, I would not recommend taking it 3 times. Twice is cool. Yep. Yeah, you gotta stay consistent with it. Is there a vid on it? Keys World, if you're there's no video on the 5-0. There's only a PDF if you're in the inner circle. If you're in a circle, Keys World, then there's a PDF and Scalps Guide resources. Absolutely. Yeah, 5-0 strat. Q. It's a strat that one of our coaches actually came up with, and something that he had saw. And he actually brought it to us, just to a small group of traders, and then we were just forward testing it for a long time. Like we were forward testing that thing for a long time, like months. I think like at least 6 to 8 months before he decided to share with the community. We were forward testing, and we were making sure that it was what it was. But yeah, just like Serena said, win or lose, follow the rules. Period. And as I told y'all, possibly in another couple of weeks, I'm almost for sure that I'm going to start doing a little overnight. We'll do an overnight session where we'll trade that strategy that we were just speaking of. And it'll be quick, like 30 minutes, no more than 45 to an hour. Like an hour is going to be like, that'll be like the max. It's not to be on there for a long time. It's just to get on there maybe 5 minutes before overnight session opens. We all place our entries together, stop loss, take profit, and then we let it rock. And then we, talk a little bit, and then we jump off real quick. So that's in a couple weeks. In a couple weeks, that's what I'm thinking. In around a couple weeks, I'm just working out some things with my time, just to make sure that when I commit to it, I'm in it. I don't want to commit to something and then not be able to do that. That's just not who I am as a person. So, but it's still it's looking good. It's looking good. But yeah, so we'll talk about that in 2 weeks. So while price is just doing what it's doing, as you can see, it's not really doing too much, kind of ranging right now. So we'll give it some time to do its thing. But with that stated, going back to us having a back testing session. All right. So if we're gonna set it in stone today. If we're going to have a back testing session, then that means everyone needs to get everyone needs to get FX replay because that's what we're going to be back testing on. That's the first thing. So starting, what we'll do is we'll give everyone till next Friday, 1 week from today, to have FX replay. And then next Friday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have everyone next Friday. I'm going to have everyone DM me, and we're going to talk about this again, so you don't have to remember. I'm just planting the seed. I'm going to have everyone DM me next Friday of everyone who got FX replay, so I can get a head count of how many of us it's going to be, and everyone who who has FX replay and who's looking to do a back testing, who's looking to join a back testing session. Then once we do that, we're going to spend another week of everyone, your responsibility to become familiar with using FX replay. And the reason why I'm doing it like this is because when we do our back testing session, I don't want it to turn into a bunch of questions on how to use FX replay, because what that's going to do is that's going to take away time, and it's not going to be fair to everyone else that has joined, that's in the back testing session. You know what I mean? I'm going to be having to answer questions about how it works, how you do this, how you do that. So I don't want it to turn into, Michael, good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't want it to turn into a session of me answering a bunch of questions on, like how to use it. Like, I want you to show up knowing how to use it. If you have a question here or there, that's cool. That's no big deal. But I don't want it to, like, what I'm saying is I don't want it to be like, how you do this, how you do that. Well, how you do this, how you do that. Like, I don't want it to be that. So if we're going to do the back testing session, then by next Friday, I want everyone to have FX replay. It's $35 a month. Very inexpensive. It's the best tool that you need. If you're not willing to invest into your trading, then $35 may be a lot for you. And if it is, that's okay. But what I can tell you is FX replay is literally the best tool that you can have for your trading game. Yes, you heard me. The best, the number one tool. It is the best, the number one tool. I said it again. It's better than your trading view chart. Yeah, and I know we need our trading view chart to trade, right? But your trading view chart ain't no good if you ain't gonna be a proficient trader, right? If you're not exercising all your disciplines and following your rules and all of that stuff and understanding your strategy, right? So with that stated, there it is. So we're going to, like I said, do a back testing session, and I want everyone to show up knowing how to use that tool. It's worth the $35. If you purchase it annually, if you purchase the annual, if you pay for the annual package for it, I believe you'll save like $70. I think you end up paying for 10 months and you get 2 months free. So if you want to save $70, you can do it that way. Mine is monthly. I'm not tripping on that. I was just gonna say I also have 20% off. I was gonna say the same thing, T Pruitt. You could use mine or T Pruitt. It doesn't even matter. You could use his. You could use mine. But if you go into my description, you'll see I have my code down there is Trent, and I also have a referral link. So you can use both of ours. You can use T Pruitt's. You can use mine. It don't even matter. You know what I mean? We're all here together, and it'll get you 20% off, straight up. And it's in the description on any one of my videos, any one of the live streams. You'll see it there. So, matter of fact, to make it easy on y'all, this is what I'll do. I will go get it right now. We're gonna get it right now. Let's go here. Let me just go to my channel, go to my dashboard. All right, go to my lives, and we'll go here. And here. And where is it at? It is right here. Why that doesn't look correct? Oh, it is. Just have to check it just to be sure. Okay, cool. It's right. All right, so here you go. I'll drop it in there. And like I said, you can use mine or T Pruitt's. It ain't no big deal. A few of you guys can use his, few of you guys can use mine. It's all good to me either way. It don't matter. Like we're all in here together. You know what I'm saying? We're supporting everybody. So there it is. So it's in there. You got it. And yeah, so like as I stated, I'm just checking this candle out. So as I stated, if we're going to do the back testing session, absolutely, T. Pruitt, absolutely. That's why I said use his and mine. Some of y'all use mine, some of y'all use his. It's cool. We all going to eat together. It's no big deal. But yes, as I stated, if we're going to do this, let's make sure that whoever is going to be in the back testing session and you go ahead and you get FX replay, just spend the time. I'm going to give you a whole week because next Friday is when you need to get it, right? By next Friday. If you want to get it before that, cool. There's a ton of tutorials on YouTube and on the FX replay website on how to use it. It's not hard. It's very simple. So with that stated, there it is. There it is. There it is. So we got a candle close. Well, it looks like we're going to have a candle close below. All right, cool. I'm going to use this FVG right here. Oh, I only got 3 contracts up. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. I was not prepared. I need to have 5. All right, 5 micros. Let's go. I may have missed my entry. There we go. All right. I'm in this. Stop loss will be here.
Order filled.
And this is my take profit area.
Order submitted.
So this will be a buy limit. I'm going to trim 3 contracts.
Order submitted.
And then I'm going to trim 1 here. And then I'm going to leave a runner. All right, so there it is.
Order submitted.
It's set. Yep. Sell, my guy. Absolutely. So let's see what we get. But yeah, so we're just gonna let that cook. Y'all will know too, I'm not like big on watching, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, let me move this over so y'all can see. There we go. All right, cool. So, and I'm trading, I'm copy trading 13 accounts right now. Yeah, 13 accounts. 13, yeah. Yeah, 13 accounts. We are in this together. Let's go. Yep. So, going back to what I stated, for just to repeat it, if we're going to do the back testing session, I please want you guys to make sure that you know how to use it, you know, and cool. Even during the time that I'm going to give us a week to get it. If you get it before that time, great. So by next Friday, everyone needs to have it, right? Then you guys are gonna send me a DM. I'm gonna talk about this again. Just planting the seed. And then starting to think that's one huge reason I can't get consistent. Absolutely, back testing is gonna definitely help you. So who's that? Random content. 1 week to get it. Next Friday, everyone's going to DM me, say, hey, I got it. Good, I'll get a head count of how many of us that it is. Perfect. Then another week to be proficient in learning how to use it. It's a whole week. You got a whole week to learn how to use it. The reason why I'm having you get it on Friday is because then you have the weekend to practice. Because you don't need a live market to back test. That's the cool thing. So market will be closed. And you'll be able to just back test and just practice. You have a whole week to practice. Then after that, the next Friday, we'll do the session. So actually you'll have like 2 weeks, but don't be relaxed. Don't wait till the last minute. Get it on time, have it on time, and work with it. You know what I'm saying? So this way, you know how to use it when it's time for us to do our back testing session. If you have some minor questions, that's cool. I don't mind answering questions. As I stated, I just don't want it to turn into a thing of like, someone got it and they didn't even spend no time learning how to use the tool, and then you're asking me questions on how to do everything. That we're not going to do. So I just want to just put that out there right now. That we are not going to do. We're not going to do that because it's not going to be fair to the session, which is not going to be fair to everyone else that showed up, ready to go. So that's that. And we'll talk about this again. I'm just planting the seed. So if you're unsure, if you forgot, you got a question, just DM me and we good. And dog, that's what's up. That's what's up. So there it is. I think it'll be great. So there's this, excuse me, I've watched a couple of the webinars like months ago on FX Replay. And there was a metric that the guy stated. He said, how he say that? He said, 1 day of back testing is equivalent to, I think he said like 100 trades or something like that. Like 1 day of back testing, I think he says equivalent to like 100 trades, 1,000 trades. It was some wild number. I think it may have been 1,000. Don't quote me. But yeah. So with that stated, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, I truly believe and know for a fact, just based on my own experience, that back testing is amazing. It's not just for the historical data, but it's also to get the repetition. Think about it. If we're going back, if you're going back however many years and you're back testing a strategy, what does that mean? That means that, boom, all right, so first 3 contracts were hit. Let me go ahead on and change this to 2 because I still have 2 contracts in. I'm gonna move this right here, just right above it, and there it is. So banked, I think I banked like 190 or something on that. Yeah, and still ended on 2 contracts. So those 3 contracts, they're safe. No matter what happens, if price come back and taps me out right here, it's all good. No big deal. I mean, I could have just went 5 contracts and took it in, but me personally, I truly believe NQ has some more to go. And if it doesn't and it taps me out, it's all good. I still ate off a little something. I ain't tripping. It's all good. Like I just been playing it super safe lately, y'all, just because we're at war and the market's been super crazy. I mean, I could have been all the way out of my position right here if I wanted to, but I still believe it has a little room to go. It's a lot of liquidity down here. A lot of stop losses down here from the overnight session traders that got in buys. There's a lot. So with that stated, there it is. So, and nonetheless, like I said, if it comes back out, hits my stop loss and takes me out, oh well, I still banked like a couple $100, right? Nice base hit on 13 accounts. I ain't tripping. I'm good with that. I'm happy with that. It's all good. I'm not even worrying about it. That's pretty much how I trade. Like there's no stress at all. No stress at all. So, but yeah, so that's what we're rocking on as far as the back testing session. It's time now to get some therapy going. Y'all are watching the trade, so y'all already know what it is. I got it up on my screen, so y'all already know where we at. Let's see here what we got. We got 2. You know what? I'll just go ahead and I'm gonna leave it like this. So price comes down here, taps this daily down here. It'll take me out 1 more contract. I'll be in one more contract, and I'm just gonna let that run and just see how, how far that goes. And then at some point I'll just close it out. So I think it's going to retest the dump. Any thoughts on that? I honestly, hella bands. I think it's definitely going. I truly believe that there's some more room to go because we have so much liquidity down here. You know what I'm saying? How far it goes, I'm not sure. Think about it, there's a lot of fair value gaps down here. There's also another daily down here. This pink line, it's another daily down here. It looks a little purple because I have this blue line from my take profit is there, but this pink line is another daily there. So I think it has some more room to run. So we'll see. Either way, I'm safe, right? I'm safe. Either way. I got my stop losses just below my entry. So even if it does come back to tap me in, I'm still good. My green trade will not go red. Shout out to my sis. My green trade will not go red, or either have a line of indecision. I think it'll go. How far to go? I'm not sure. I do believe it's gonna go. I do believe it's like I said, there's a lot of liquidity down here. I do believe it's gonna go further down. Like I said, we have a lot of fair value gaps here. Number one, these are fair value. You know what I'm saying? Some of these have been tapped into, but we'll see. 1 second, let me plug in my laptop. There we go. I missed my entry, was about to rush entry and didn't. I'm not going to lie. It's hard not to re-enter, but I didn't. That's good, bro. That's a win in itself. Good job, Steven. Like, seriously, good job. If you missed entry, that goes for all of us. If you miss your entry, you don't chase that. You let it go. Because if you get into it late, we talked about this yesterday, right? The wrong entry can mess up your R&R, right? So if you didn't get in the trade where you're supposed to, and you got in way later, now your risk is way greater. Your reward is messed up. Like, don't do it. No, this is not the 5-0. The 5-0 is an overnight strategy, Keys. Absolutely, sis. That's my sis motto. Never let a green trade turn red. Or never let a green trade go red. Excuse me. Let me make sure I say that correctly. But yeah, so there it is. But yeah, so we're gonna move on and get this mental therapy rocking, and we're gonna let this trade cook and see what it does, and just go from there. I'm just kind of looking at candle formations right now. We're getting lower highs and lower lows. Yeah, lower highs and lower lows. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what it does. I truly believe, hella bands, that we do got some room to run. After watching you doing this strategy in so many streams, I like the strategy more and more, and it's within the time frame that I prefer to. I need to learn more about it and then back test it. Absolutely. So yeah, so we'll let that cook. So let's go ahead on and get this trading therapy rocking. Y'all know our question of the day. Big on that. I think it's gonna come and take us out. Well, take me out. It did. It's all good. So guess what?
Order filled.
Guess what? Check this out. So with that, I ended up with $202 in 13 accounts. I ain't mad. I'll take that. Base hit, nice base hit. Nice base hit. Nice base hit. And I did not let my green trade go red. So there it is. That's trading. Let me just jump over there real quick so y'all can see it took me all the way out. So it's cool. I live with that. I mean, there is a couple of ways I could have did that. I could have did it the way I showed you guys, or I could have just took a whole TP at this daily level right here. So if you ask me, why didn't you take your full TP position at this daily level? Because honestly, I'm just, by what I'm looking at, characteristics, and just from my experience, I felt that NQ had more bearish action to go. I felt it had more room to go. Like I said, there's a lot of liquidity down here. There's a lot of traders, a lot of stop losses in here from all these buys that a lot of traders got in overnight. Remember, there's thousands and thousands of traders trading from all over the world, trading from Australia, Asia, trading from London, you know what I mean? And trading in other places too, in all the continents. So with that said, I know for a fact that there's a lot of liquidity down here, as I stated, because a lot of traders got in buys. So that means there's a lot of stop losses down here. Some are just holding, some are trailing their stop, some are trailing, got their trailing stop losses going. So that's why I did that. I could have just, like I said, took my full position at this target, but I was trying to see something. But either way, it didn't hurt my trade, right? Even though it came and took me out of those last two contracts, I still banked 3 of them, and I moved my stop loss just above my entry, or just below my entry, because I'm in a sell, just below my entry, to where what? The green trade didn't go red. That's the whole thing. So I protected my capital. I exercised discipline. I treated trading as a business. You didn't see no emotions. You didn't see me over here going, yay, whoa, nice, we did it. You ain't see none of that. It was stoic, poker face. Like it hit our thing, boom. And it is what it is. Just another L for the day and follow my strategy. It is what it is. Okay, so will the 5-0 strat work for MNQ as well, since NQ and MNQ mirror each other almost all the time? The 5-0 strategy was created on NQ. You can use micros. You can try it on that. I don't think that it'd really be a big deal because they do move very, 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 very similar. They don't move exactly the same, but they move so close to almost being exactly the same that I think you'll be safe if you went with micros. Period. So there that is. Oh goodness, I just thought about something. Where are we at? Oh dang, Serena, that thing flipped. So we do not have, so 15-minute anchor is invalidated today. Oh, I didn't even realize that had flipped back. Whatever. Ooh, second profit trade done for the day. Man, TradingView lagging though, had to exit manually both times. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. But hey, Soaking Insider, you still banged it out. I think a lot of it too is because it could be that demo account. Possibly. But nevertheless, so for my two strats that I trade during this morning session, the strat that I trade on a 15-minute is pretty much invalidated, and now the strat that you guys just saw me trade where we made a little bit of bread, that's invalidated once price hit this daily level right here. So there it is. But yeah, so let's go on get this mental therapy. All right. So question of the day today is, I got to get a drum roll or something. Let me see here my board. Yeah, I'm gonna get a drum roll on here. I need a drum roll. I need something. I'll have that ready for y'all on Monday. Where would most traders get trapped right now? This is really good for price action, where we are. So let's ask ourselves, where would most traders get trapped right now? Let's think about that. Just ask yourself that question. Speaking on price action, right? Where would most traders get trapped right now? Think about it. And we're gonna run through this. I'm just pulling up my notes. Where would most traders get trapped right now? Where would most traders get trapped right now? Where are we at? Dang, I got a lot of notes in here. All right. Come on now. Where's your notes, dude? Oh, you know what? I think I passed it up. It's my little talking points. I like to have these talking points. So, you know what I'm saying? We're working on that mental muscle and, we getting it rocking. I must have went too far. Here we go. All right. So where would most traders get trapped right now? All right. So think about it. Like current price or in general? In general, sis. We could use current price as an example because it's kind of ranging right now, but just in general. Absolutely, sis, in general. Trying to take a long after a break of a high without any confirmation. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Steven, that's a great one, actually. That's a great one. That is a great one. I like that one. Boom. That's what Steven said. Trying to take a long after a break of high without any confirmation. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because guess what? Traps occur at breakouts. Based on exactly what you just said, Steven. That is on point, brother. On point. On point. That's a good one. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Great, great, great answer. Because that, honestly, if I could show you my notes, breakouts is one area that traps occur. And my sis can tell you that. She can tell you that. You need confirmation of that breakout before you can enter a trade. You know what I'm saying? So that is a Great one. That's a fantastic answer, my guy. That's what's up. Also, hope I'm saying this right. Lundunu. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm just gonna say Lund. I'll get to the indicators. I'll get to that. I just want to just finish my point, but I got you. I got you, Lund. I'm just gonna say Lund. Consolidation, absolutely. Fear of missing out, absolutely. Chasing trades, let me just throw that up there. My sis. So consolidation, FOMO, chasing trades with no confluences, revenge trading, full porting, absolutely. That's all. Those are places where traders get trapped. I got you, Stephen. Also, places of support and resistance, right? That'll be another place. That'll be other places most traders get trapped, right? Because if you're trading support, I don't trade this way, but there's a lot of traders that do. Shout out to my brother and co-founder, Juvier. He trades support and resistance. And if you don't wait, basically it's all confirmation, right? You're waiting for confirmation. Confirmation could be a few things. And just to answer your question, Stephen, confirmation could be soaking insider. FOMO is fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. Confirmation could be a candle close above that zone or below that zone, or if you're doing support and resistance or a breakout of that zone, you need confirmation, right? Confirmation could be a candle close on a particular time frame. Speaking of that is making me think about my sis, because that's pretty much how she trades. She's a breakout trader, right? So even though we may have a breakout candle breaking a particular zone, she still waits for confirmation. Confirmation would be a candle close above or below the zone at the breakout area, or also it could be a pattern of candles. There's certain candles like 3 black crows, things of that nature. So it's understanding, understanding candle structure, understanding candles to kind of get an idea of if this candle structure is a bearish candle structure or a bullish candle structure. Either way, those are all confirmations that you would need to make sure that you don't get trapped. So you always going to need confirmation, period. And once again, traps occur at breakouts, equal highs and lows, obvious places of support and resistance. But in order to make sure you don't get trapped in that, you need confirmation. And confirmation is just what I stated. Now, if you're trading a particular strategy, then that would change, right? Because the trap for you depends on your strategy, right? So how would you know that? Back testing your strategy. Going back 3 years, back testing it. You hear me talk about this all the time. I know I sound like a broken record. Going back, testing the strategy, right? Going back 3 years, back testing, and then demo trading that strategy, which is your forward testing. And then when you can at least double the amount of your demo account, if you start your demo, because you can start your demo account at any dollar amount you want. You can start it at 0, you can start it at 50K, wherever I always recommend starting it at a number and then double that number. Like start it at 10K at the least. I started mine at 50. When I got to 100K, I was ready for live trading. My bad, I thought y'all knew the trading lingo. FYI, confluence trading is the alignment of multiple indicators, signals, or analysis methods to validate a trade and increase probability. Bingo. What Chrissy just said. Read that, everybody. Confluence trading is an alignment of multiple indicators, signals, or analysis methods to validate a trade and increase probability. That's confluences. You shouldn't be taking no trade without confluences. If you look at all of our coaches, ask out our fearless leader, Juvier, my sis Canary, my brother Lazy, my brother Euphoria. They all have confluences that have to happen before they take an entry, meaning different steps that have to happen, different steps of things that they need to see that gives them confirmation to enter that trade. Chrissy, that's what's up. I appreciate that. Hell of a job on that one. That's what's up. There's really nothing more that I really can say. She said it. That's why I'm leaving it up. Confluence trading is the alignment of multiple indicators, signals, or analysis methods to validate a trade and increase probability, because that's what you're trying to do, right? What do the confluences do? They take your trade possibly from a low probability to a higher probability. Higher probability of what? Higher probability of that trade being profitable. Now, let me say this. You can have all the things that Chrissy just stated, right? Everything that's here in her comment. And guess what? The trade can still go against you. It doesn't mean it was a bad trade. That's just how trading goes. You can have all the confluences that you need, all your steps line up, the best price action, and the trade still go against you. That's trading. There's no big deal. There's no big deal. That's no big deal. That's the way it works. But you just have to understand that. But it's okay. But every trade you take, you want to have exactly what Chrissy stated. That's what you want to have. You want to have all of your confluences line up and you take the trade. That's a high probability trade. That's what we want. We want high probability setups. That's what we're looking for. We're not worried about the money. Remember, we are process-driven traders. We're also professional decision makers. And let me explain. I'm gonna wrap all of that up together for the new ones that's on, for some of the new folks that are here. So high probability trade is having all of these things that Chrissy stated, right? Number one. Number two, you take the trade based on that high probability. If you don't have all of the confluences, that would be considered what? A low probability trade. You stay away from that. You don't enter that. You leave that alone. You wait for a setup that's going to give you high probability. Now, once you enter that trade, that's it. You don't worry about nothing else. If the trade is profitable, great. If it's not profitable, that's okay. We're not going to win every trade. That's fine. No big deal. It doesn't mean you suck. It doesn't mean you shouldn't have took the trade. No, if it's high probability, you take the trade. And you do not worry about the money. Don't worry about the profit. We're not profit-driven traders. We're process-driven traders. Without process, there's no profits. I talk about this pretty much almost every day. Every day. So, y'all notice I'm the only female coach representing. Ha ha, there she go. There my sis go. Well, because this the thing, sis. Just to speak on that. Let's be honest. Trading has been male dominated for many, many years, right? Now, I love the fact that it is starting to become more gender equal, right? You have a lot of women trading. I say within the last 3 to 5 years, we have probably more women traders than this market has ever seen. And I think that's great. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it. I think it's dope. But yeah, you are the only, it's not just that you're the only female coach. You kill it. You good at what you do. There's no male crypto coach doing what you're doing, sis. You just got something. You know what I mean? You just the it. You the it. Put SH in front of that. You the it. For real. You the it, sis. Like, you just different. You build different. You build different. I've been trying to avoid allowing success to drive me to try to do more. Like today, I won 2. Now I feel great. I would love to try. No, we don't need to try another. Right. You're gonna stay more disciplined. Don't even say things like, I would love to try another. Don't say that. Don't. And the reason why I'm saying that, don't put that in your psyche. Tell your psyche, say, you know what? We should have been one and done. We took another one. We're done. Ain't no more. Like, talk to yourself in third person, because your psyche needs to hear that, right? We're training our brain to understand what we're doing, because our brain and our subconscious mind will tell us other things, right? It'll make us think, oh, we did 2. Let me take another one. Like, no. One and done should have been great. You did one by yourself. You took one with me. You ate twice. Now you know for a fact you're out. You're all the way out, Soaking Insider. But yeah, and I'm glad that you're saying I'm trying to stay more disciplined. Absolutely. And you're not trying. Don't even say trying. You say, I'm staying more disciplined. Not trying. I am doing. When none of us are trying. We're actually doing it or we're not doing it. And you're staying more disciplined. Once again, it's our psyche. We have to hear ourselves say this. We beaten this stuff in our brain to where it becomes, like I said, like drinking water. I talked about this, right? When we go to drink water, we don't think, oh, let me grab the cup. Let me put it to my mouth. Let me start swallowing. No, you grab a cup, you drink. It's a fluid movement, right? That's how we want our thoughts to be. We want our thoughts to be fluid. We don't even want to think twice about our thoughts. That's why we're never trying. We're doing. You're staying disciplined. No, we're not taking another trade. You talk to yourself in third person. I do that all the time. That helps me, emphasize these different rules and these different, how would I say, good habits that we want to build and follow to make sure that we're keeping our trading game on point. Because it only just takes one trade and that can throw you on tilt. So it's always good to have our subconscious mind intact. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Where we at? She's not just Coast Morbid. She's right. For real. For real, for real, for real. For real. She's a she's a beast. Fact. She's right. Yeah, she got a gift, no doubt. No doubt. Yes, sir. Just acknowledge it. Got it. So excited. Got it. I just want to, and that's not me coming down on you. I just want to just make sure that that we're right. We're getting that mindset down, right? We're getting it down. That's all. But I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. With you 100%. And that's doing a hell of a job. Like seriously, absolutely. I'm staying more disciplined. That's what I'm talking about. We don't want to say no trying. We ain't trying to do nothing. If we trying, what we doing here? Literally, what we doing here if we're trying? You ain't trying. You showed up on the charts. You showed up on the live. You got your charts up. You're ready. You got your indicators going. We're doing. Sorry I fade you today. Barbosa the Great. Let's see here. And that's one part I need to get because it's making me change my approach. Absolutely. Absolutely. Since I've been practicing good discipline over the aspects of my life, have gotten better as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the other thing about this. Make sure in our lives every day that you are, let me step it back a sec. Let's think about something, right? I always use this. All right. I'm gonna say this ain't about me. This is an example. I'm super detailed, being that I was raised by my grandparents, right? And I had a lot of women around me, meaning my aunts, right? And my aunts on my mother's side. I have no aunts on my father's side. On my father's side, they're all by marriage. There was 4 boys. I had nothing but uncles on that side. But on my mother's side, I had a lot of aunts around me. They were very big, women very big on cleanliness, this and that and this, right? So I'm real big on cleanliness, right? So think about this. If you have a clean house, you shouldn't have a junky car. Think about that. If you keep a clean house, you shouldn't have a junky car, meaning it shouldn't be stuff all in your car. Your car should be clean too. Everything should mirror itself, right? And I'm using that example as what Stephen was talking about. To be able to implement good habits, it's not just good habits in trading, like you got impeccable habits in trading, and then in your personal life, you're all over the place. Like, no, if that's how it is, you need to correct that. Because trust me, what we do in our personal life is going to affect our trading. Because trading is only a small part of our personal life. Think about that. So if you're going to be disciplined in trading, you make sure you're disciplined in other aspects of your life, and it starts there first. Make sure you're disciplined. If you say you're going to go to bed at a certain time, have your butt in bed at that time. Like, be disciplined. Because what that's going to transcend into your trading. Because you're just developing these good habits. And also, too, it's training your brain because you're telling yourself, I'm going to exercise that. I'm going to get up and exercise. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. As long as you're doing those things as you state to yourself that you're going to do them, it's going to transcend into your trading. Because think about it. What we don't want to do, we don't want to lie to ourselves, right? We don't want to tell ourselves, oh, I need to get in bed early. I want to get up and work out. And then you don't do any of that. Do you think that's really going to help your trading game? Heck no, it's not. It's going to hurt it. So make sure that these personality things that we're doing with our brain and these habits and the psychology and all that, that transcends into your, excuse me, into your personal life as well. Excuse me, and vice versa. God, I be like I smoke cigarettes or something. It's crazy. I don't know what it is. It's wild. But anyway, but yeah, so just keep that in mind. It's very, very important. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very important. Very, very important. He said, damn, I still got my Christmas tree up. Stephen, it's wild. That is funny. Yes. Yes, sis. I'll throw that on here. Best gem I can give y'all is always check the higher time frame and check news before entering trades. Absolutely. What we talk about. Right? Right? And that's coming from somebody who's way more experienced in the game than myself. What do we always talk about? Checking news, right? We go to the higher time frames, check the higher time frames, gives you some confirmation, right? We do our bias. Like these are all the things that you have to do. Higher time, we talked about this, I think that was 2 days ago, question of the day, right? We talked about the 1 minute time frame doesn't really tell us anything. The higher time frames gives us confirmation. And if you have a higher time frame conflicting with the lower time frame, you always go with the higher time frames. That's what's up. Shout out to my sis. And Steven, you wild, bro. Steven, wow. Steven, I got to put this up, bro. This is hilarious. Steven, bro, bro. Steven said, I still got my Christmas tree up. Oh my goodness, bro. You can't make this stuff up. Steven, this is too funny, yo. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. That's right. Serena. Just to piggyback off what my sister said. Higher time frames give you the bigger picture. Gives you the bigger picture. It gives you the best confirmation. And as I stated, if the higher time frames are conflicting with the lower time frames, you always use the higher time frames. Remember, lower time frames, especially the 1 minute, it's just a lot of noise. Just remember that 1 minute time frame is a lot of noise. Yes, we have our strategies that we enter on the 1 minute, no doubt. That doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Because we're entering on the 1 minute or we're using the 1 minute to enter trades. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you now, the way Canary trades, because she's a breakout trader, she does not even touch the 1 minute or even really the 5. I know everything for her is on the higher time frames, period. That's how she rocks. Why? Because with breakout strategies, higher time frames give you way much more better confirmation than the lower time frames could. So if anyone has traded with her, watch her strategy, watch how she trades, you already know she's higher time frame proficient. For real, for real. For real, for real. So, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much, how that is. If you're unable to train yourselves, Uncle Sam can. Amen to that. That's what's up. I thought I was bad. Took mine down end of February. That's so funny. That's so funny. 19 free likes. Get a full house, y'all. Yeah, y'all. Let's get them likes up, please. Let's get them likes up. We got a full house. Let's get them likes up, please. Likes up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. 15-second chart. I believe that's if you're scalping. I think you do the 15-second chart if you're scalping. Let me see here. Let me see what that looked like. Let's jump to that. He brought that up. Let's jump to that, y'all. I'm on the 15 seconds right now. Look, y'all see it. Look, 15 seconds. Let's see what this looks like. 15-second candles. Yo, that's crazy. That's all I can say. 15-second candles Oh my goodness, great. Now I know for scalping, I know these super low, like these 15 seconds and 10 seconds, 30-second time frames. Like I've seen a lot of scalpers use these, but yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. For my strategy, 15 and a 5, and maybe, 15, 5, and a 1 minute is pretty much where I'm at for my strategies. If I'm trading crypto with my sister, I'm definitely higher than that. Much higher than that. And that's for sure. But yeah, that's crazy. Yep. Oh yeah, her strategy works in. He said I learned that from you. From me, 15 minutes. That must be from Canary. Yeah, like higher time frame. That's how I swing a lot of my trades. Yep. I learned that from you. Let's see. That bad boy moving. What? Who you telling? Yeah. The breakout strategy that Canary uses, you can use that in any form of trading. In any form of trading. Barbosa the great laughing. But yeah, so let's jump back. Let's jump back to this therapy. So just running a recap of where would most traders get trapped right now. You know what I'm saying? We would say, so let's use price action right now to get an idea. Where would traders get trapped at right now? In this stuff right here, if you're trying to trade in this, let me put a little box around it. If you're trying to trade within this, there's nothing there. Like this is the trap. There's no confirmation here to do anything. You don't know bearish, bullish. There's actually no confirmation here of anything. Now, what could confirmation look like? Hypothetically speaking, not that this is a trade and this is not a strategy that I'm saying to take, but I'm saying confirmation here would be what? Possibly a close below this or above this, swing high or swing low. That could be a confirmation. Candle close, maybe a couple of fair value gaps, possibly. I'm not saying it is, but possibly. We're just talking examples. Good Lord, who's talking? Y'all saw that, right? Huge volume candle. As soon as I said it, like we got a confirmation. Who's talking? But as you saw, that was a little breakout. A little breakout from this little consolidation area. This candle right here was a breakout. Now, I'm not saying it's a breakout strategy to trade. I'm just saying what we just saw was a breakout. That's all it was. It's a little breakout of this little area. It's a little consolidation area, right? Candles are going sideways, right? They're just kind of staying in this little region. And then boom, it broke out. Now, in here is where you would get trapped. You can't be placing no buy or sell orders in this. It's up, it's down, it's up. That's an area to get trapped in. You know what I'm saying? So equal highs, equal lows. That's what it's talking about. I know they're not totally equal, but they're all kind of going in the same way. You get trapped in this kind of stuff right here. You want to leave, stuff like that alone. You shouldn't be trading within a range or within a zone like that. That's why I recommend trading strategies. What we got? Soy Sizzle in here. Yo, what's good? What if you got in earlier and you're holding through this consolidation? Meaning you got in this, Donna, meaning you got in this buy right here and you're holding through the consolidation. I wouldn't recommend that unless there's a strategy, a particular strategy that you've back tested. Then I would say, yeah, because you back tested the strategy and you know that it works. So if it's a strategy that you're using and you're following the strategy rules and you're going based on your back testing and holding through consolidation is in that, like based on your back testing, then I would say, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But if there is no strategy and you haven't back tested it, then you wouldn't really know if this would be good to hold through. But if you back tested it and it's a strategy that you're trading and it's proven through your back testing and through your demo trading, then I would say, yeah, there would be no reason not to, because your back testing is what's giving you the answer of, or giving you the confirmation of knowing that you can hold through this consolidation. That's why, once again, I recommend learning a strategy and trading that strategy. Let's go back in here. I just hit full TP in one candle. What was that about? I thought there was no news. Hey, can be no news. It could have been somebody talking. Could have been a tweet or something out there. We don't know. Quick question. If I want to only trade the 15-minute time frame, is there a reason I should check the lower time frames? I feel like it trips me up. Just curious. I mean, it's like this. If the strategy that you're using, and if you notice I keep going back to that, right? If the strategy that you're using is a strategy that you use a 15-minute time frame, then yes. But it should be a process, right? It should be whatever you're trading, it should be some type of strategy. You can't just be in here on those strategies and just trying to just pick a time to get in and get out based on the way candles are moving. You want to trade a strategy, and not only that, let me say this, you want to find a strategy and backtest that strategy, and then you can trade that strategy. Like, that's cool, but be a process-driven trader, meaning you have a process of why you do everything, a process for why you enter trades. If you got a process of why and where you're entering trades, that's a strategy. So I always recommend a strategy. Yeah, that's exactly, just got that one-on-one. Absolutely. Oh, that's what's up. What's up? That's what's up. I was saying, yo, for that candle as soon as I jumped in. Right. Like, where the heck that come from, right? But hey, that's trading. That's how it goes in trading. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to get these volume spikes. We don't know when they're going to happen. That's why I recommend a strategy. That's also why we recommend making sure you placing a stop loss. That's why we also recommend what? You're not over leveraging, because something like this could blow your account or take a huge loss that you don't need to take. Have you with a non-profitable trade that you walked away like, man, right? You didn't need that. It happens. That happens. It's okay. But that's why we have all the safeguards, right? Following our rules, backtesting a strategy to understand it, demo trading it, forward testing it, right? That's why we do those things. Making sure what Chrissy said, having all the confluences, using your indicators, all the different signals to make sure that entry is high probability. That's why we do those things. So we can prevent getting trapped. We don't want to get trapped. That's the whole point. We don't want to get caught in a trap. Like overnight 5-0 and you're holding. Yes. See, now that's a strategy, Donna. Yes. On something like that, yes. Because on that strategy, we know what? That's a strategy that you can hold overnight, right? You can hold it. The strategy is designed for that. Now, that may not work with other strategies, but for that particular strategy, yes. Absolutely yes. Because that strategy calls for that. So you can do that in that strategy. That's why I recommend trading strategies. Because when you understand the characteristics of your strategy, you know what you can or what that strategy can and cannot do. I was in a buy, that shit hit my stop loss instantly. Luckily, I had one on. Yeah. And let me ask you this, Hella Bands, and I ain't calling you out. Why was you in a buy in this? Was you in a buy from down here? If you was holding from down here, that's something different. I hope you didn't get into anything right here. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because ain't nothing here. But if you got in down here and you were in a buy, understood. Gotcha. You was holding. Gotcha. But hopefully you got in somewhere down here and nowhere in this area right here. There's nothing here. But like you said, you had your SL on, so you know what I'm saying? You're good. You save. That's how we save our accounts, right? That's how we protect our capital. So there it is. All right. So let's go back. We talked about our question of the day. Let's jump into our tip of the day. I got it. Gotcha. That's why I stated that. Yeah. Makes sense. Also, too, could took a little bit of profit, bro. Could took that little base hit, bro. Or maybe, I don't know if you did, or maybe, got in on micros, trimmed some contracts back. Like I did in my trade today. Got that little base hit was on a hold more around 25,330. Was on a hold more around 20. Oh, gotcha. Around this area right here, 25,330. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Well, at least you At least you had your stop loss set. You were smart enough to at least do that because you never know when you're going to have some crazy spikes. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. All right, tip of the day is, let's get into our tip of the day. Strong moves don't look back much. Strong moves don't look back much. Just know you need a larger margin to hold overnight. Like for silver, you need at least 11,000 a trade overnight, or you might get auto liquidated. Absolutely. Now, you can trade overnight if you're entering the trade once once Asia session opens on any prop firm. It'll just be like a regular trade because remember, the trading day, a full trading day, and this is counting a whole trading day, not just New York session. One full trading day is 6 p.m. Eastern time, speaking futures, 6 p.m. Eastern time to 4:15 p.m. Yeah, 4:15. Wait, hold on. Let me get this correct. I'm thinking about prop firm rules. My bad. A full trading day is 6 p.m. to 5 p.m. the next day. That's one full trading day. Now, within that full trading day, you have Australia, Asia, London, and New York session. Australia opening up at 6 p.m. and then all the other sessions overlap each other. So Australia opens up, Asia opens up as Australia is opening, right? Then somewhere along there, Australia closes, London opens up after Asia. They overlap each other. And then somewhere through London, Asia closes. And then New York opens up. And then then London finally closes at 11 p.m. in 8 minutes. London closes in 8 minutes. 11 a.m. Eastern time. So they all overlap each other. So remember, one full trading day, right? You got to be out by 4 p.m. because that is the trading day. Now, remember, we're going to have a break, right? Between 5 and 6. We have that 1 hour break between 5 and 6, right? So when the market opens up at 6 for the overnight session, you can trade again. And then you got to be out by 4 p.m. the next day. That's one full trading day. So then don't get confused with that. Don't get confused with that. You can't hold through the close of New York session and the open of overnight session. That's why I said you got to be out by 4 p.m. But once overnight session reopens, then you can go ahead and enter another trade. Because think about it, we trade the 5-0. That's through TradeGheenyuz. Even if you have a prop firm, or even if you have a live account, you can trade. You just can't trade through that 1 hour close. You have to have your positions closed and then start again at the beginning of the trading day. The beginning of the trading day always starts at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And that's not the beginning of New York. That's the beginning of the trading day. New York comes in at the end of that trading day, which is 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. So just keep that in mind. Oh, you meant for the margin. Got you. For the margin. Yes, sir. That's correct. What more would you say? All I know is I'm going into the weekend in the green for the first time since I started trading. That's what's up. Well, guess what? You had a breakthrough. Today, you had a breakthrough today. Shout out to Morbid Drifter. Straight up. Shout out to Morbid Drifter. You had a breakthrough today, bro. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. You had a breakthrough. But guess what? You show up every day. You keep working. We talk about this, right? I say this almost every day now. Every day we show up on this live. Every day we come in here. What are we doing? We are sharpening our trading sword. Every day. Every day. These questions of the day, these tips of the day. Communicating with the rest of the trade geniuses in the community. You know what I'm saying? We are doing that every day. And guess what? That's what I always talk about. We show up every day and we keep sharpening our trading sword. At some point, it's going to hit. You just got to stay the course and don't get in your head. No emotions. Get out your head. And I'm not saying that you are in your head. I'm just speaking generally for all of us. Get out your head and just show up every day and just put in the work, right? We're process-driven traders. As long as we focus on process and work our butts off on the process, guess what? Everything else is going to fall in place, period. Just remember that. So that's what's up, Morbid. You had a breakthrough today. You had a breakthrough today. That's dope. That's dope, bro. That's dope. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. See? All I can say is see, because I remember like 3 weeks ago, you was very, the mindset was real like on the glass is half empty type mindset. Now your mindset is changing. This is to help you build confidence, right? That's why I say this is a milestone. All of us had our first. We had our first blown account. Some of us, our first payout, our first trade that was profitable. Like we all have our first. A lot of beginners. Well, that's what happens at the beginning stages. It's okay. That's what we want. Boy, them time zones be messing me up sometimes. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, Q, but you'll get it. You'll get it. I was right there. Trust me, I used to have a hard time with the time zones and a hard time with entries, like buy limit, sell stop. Like I was so confused with that. It took me literally like a week to understand. And I was at this every day. It took me like a week to understand what a buy limit is, what a sell limit is, what a buy stop is. Like I was so confused, but that's okay. You will get it. You will get it. So let's jump into this tip of the day. Strong moves, don't look back. Just think about that. Say that to yourself. Strong moves, don't look back. Strong moves, don't look back, right? So think about this. This is what we're talking about here. Momentum. Momentum tells the story, right? Strong moves don't look back. Let me go on my chart and find something. Right here. All right. So we're gonna get some examples popping. All right. So right here, strong moves. Strong moves don't look back. Right? So I don't know what's going on at here at 2:18 and 2:19 at night. Maybe with some news. Let's check. Do we have news overnight? 2 a.m. in the morning? 1 a.m.? Nah, nothing. Interesting. Maybe somebody in from the other countries were speaking. Some reports came out or something like that, and we had some crazy candle spikes right here. These three right here, boom, boom. But anyway, going back to what we were saying, strong moves don't look back. What are we talking about? We're talking about momentum. Look at this strong move, right? Goes up, a little pullback, continues up. We're getting higher highs. All these little swing points, these are higher highs, right? And what are these? Higher lows, right? So that's confirmation that what? Price is trending upwards. That's how we know. Real easy to spot that. Higher highs, and higher lows. You can see that. So we know it's trending upwards. So going back to tip of the day, as it stated, strong moves don't look back, right? So a shallow pullback is strength. We got to have a pullback. Price is never just going to go in one direction just all the way. Like at some point, it's going to pull back. Excuse me. Whether it's bearish or bullish, it's going to pull back. 8 o'clock, 8 a.m., my time, 11 a.m., Eastern time, London just closed. Just to let y'all know, that was my alarm going off. 8 o'clock, London just closed. So now the only session in right now is New York. All right, so let's go back to our talking point. So when we see these trend moves like this and these shallow pullbacks, it just lets you know how strong that this trend is. If it was a deep pullback, then that would show weakness. And you can use this to confirm the bias on the trend. If you look at all of these. Went up, little shallow pullback, consolidated a little bit, took off again. Little shallow pullback, consolidated a little bit, took off again. Little small pullback here, little small consolidation, went up again. Little small consolidation, little shallow pullback, and continue to go up. And as you see, it's continuing that same thing. Little shallow pullback and continues to go up. Little shallow pullback and continues to go up. Right here is where we had a trend change, right? We had a break of structure here. Meaning price broke this structure right here. So this would be considered a break of structure. Now, it broke structure, but it didn't change character. Meaning we had a break of structure, but the character is still the same. It still trended upwards. And then we got our news candles. So just speaking of this area, I'm just using this as an example. Going back to our tip of the day, when, as I stated, strong moves don't look back. That's what we're talking about. So me giving you an example, that's what I'm saying. It's a strong move. It doesn't look back. It'll be a shallow pullback that lets you know that there's strength in that move. And I just gave you examples of that. Now, if it's a deep pullback, then you know there's weakness, some weakness in that trend, whether it's bullish or bearish. And like I said, you use that to confirm the trend bias. So, it's like a strong trend versus a weak trend. Excuse me. That's all that you're basically figuring out. And that's all you're trying to identify. Strong trend versus a weak trend. And then that's how you gauge that. Higher highs, higher lows, that trend is pretty strong. Some weak pullbacks in there, just as I showed you guys, it's very strong. Now, if you're having some deep pullbacks in there, that's telling you that trend is weak. And we're just identifying. This is just education. This is not about placing a trade or getting in on that. It's just education. We're just understanding how these candles are working. That's why I pick a lot of these questions of the day and a lot of these tips of the day. Is to just get some education going. Because that's going to help us that's going to give us the understanding we need when we're trading our strategies or when we're trying to understand market sentiment. Period. So just a little bit of education. That's all that was. Let's see here. Yes, LOL, I've been playing with it all week. Yeah, you'll get it. You'll get it. And if you have any questions or whatever, just DM me. We could run through it. Like, just DM me if you got a question or something, we're off the stream and it's like, hey, do you? And I'll let you know. I'll do the best I can to help guide you in the right direction. I don't know. Maybe I need to drink some water. It's all good. I ain't getting up though. But yeah, so with that stated, that's what that means. Strong moves don't look back. Strong moves. Strong moves are not going to give you deep pullbacks. They're going to give you shallow pullbacks. If it's giving you deep pullbacks, it's not a strong move. It's a weak trend. It's not a strong trend. So there that is. Anybody have any questions about anything? Something they want to talk about? We got a little bit of time. Something that y'all want to talk about? Something you want to discuss? Something on your mind? Something you're not sure about? Like, let me know. And if anyone that hasn't shot me that free like, go ahead and please shoot me that free like, shoot me that subscription. I greatly appreciate it. That's all I ask for, and I take care of the rest. Who ended the week green? Let me know who ended the week green. Morbid Drifter, we already know you did. Shout out to you, bro. Who ended the week green? I appreciate that. This is a lonely game in Arkansas. Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet. Arkansas. Yeah, I bet. That's what's up. You're welcome. No problem. Anybody got any questions? Anything you want to talk about? Anything. Like, let's run it. Let's run it. Cool. Green. That's what's up, Serena. Let me know. Who else? You're in the green or red? It's more than one. It's more than one person on here. So I want to see a bunch of greens and red. I want to see all greens in here. But it's okay if if it's some red. It's okay. Doesn't mean anything. We just got more work to do. Can you list your time zone cheat code? You mean for the? Yeah, it's between 5 and 9, and then 11 and 2. I think I even had. Let me see something. I think I even have it on here. Let me check. I think I do. Right here. Just hit that one right there. Matter of fact, let me just do this. I'm just going to drop it in here. And it has the whole breakdown. She said, them reversal zones. All right, there's the time zone. There's the time zone on the daily bias. There's the link for that. Just jump on that and boom. All right, so what we got? Let's jump through. So Serena said green. All right, I got the list for you, Mike. Bro, that demo was his 500 negative is now profit after this week. Dope. Oh, that's right. You brought that back up. That's right. Shout out Soaking Insider. That's right. So just to let y'all know, Soaking Insider hit me up and he told me how much the live is helping him, right? So he went 65. He's demo trading. He went 65 in the negative, right? But check this out, y'all. It took him, I think, 3 weeks to a month. Don't quote me on that. That's really neither here nor there. But he has got that account back positive. Literally got that account back positive. And he said the live streams have really helped him do that. So that just goes to show you, like, just because you're down, that don't mean anything. That's why you don't trade with emotions. Because $6,500 down, I can see any human being like, man, this and that and this. Like, he sucked it up and was determined to get his account back positive. It took him 3 weeks to a month, somewhere around there. Don't quote me on the time. He did tell me I may be quoting the time wrong, but I'm almost for sure it was 3 weeks to a month. And he got his account back positive. The man is working. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to you, Soaking Insider, like, for real. He got his account back positive. You can do this. I'm all good here. I got to go. I'll be seeing you Monday, brother. Have a good weekend. I ended the week green, 1,000 made for the week with a 25K account. That's fire, hella bands. That's what's up. Kick Rocks, green. Chrissy, green for me. No questions asked. Joe said green day, LOL. Can you explain MSS market structure? Yeah, market structure shift. I'll explain that for you. Let me keep going down. Mike said green. Kai said red, that's all good. Antonio said red, that's all good. Q said them reversal zones. Green on some accounts, red on some other accounts. That's okay. That's okay. You got it, Mike. No problem. Audrey Stevenson, red. That's all. It's okay. Powerful way to stay determined. Absolutely. Right, Serena? Like, for real. He hit me up too and was like, bro, like, I went 6,500, but I'm getting there. He's like, every day I'm getting there. Just imagine to go 6,500 into the, negative and to bring that back. And let me say this, it wasn't like he was taking large profits to bring it back. He was taking a lot of base hits. So it took him some time to get it back, but he got it back. That's the whole point. But he was smart about it. He understood. I'm sure it wasn't base hits that took him down to 6,500 negative. I'm sure there was some huge losses in there, some huge non-profitable trades. But he took his time, base hit his way back. That's what I'm saying. Those base hits, people don't understand how invaluable those base hits are. Like, those base hits, man, I'm telling you, you can win off base hits. It may take you longer, but the idea is not about the time. It's about you getting your accounts to a profitable place. And there it is. There it is. That's how you fight back. Like, that's a fight. Let's keep it real. 6,500 down, and you bring it back, and it take you 3 weeks to do that, 3 weeks to a month. Boy, you in there, you fighting. You kicking butt at the same time. You ain't getting beat up. You kicking butt. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. You're welcome. You're welcome, man. Absolutely. I appreciate you too, bro. That's what's up. No lie, I'm glad I found TF and you're live helping me mentally and making it make sense. That's what's up, Q. Absolutely. That is a very admirable example, Chrissy, no doubt. Mr. Cologne Green, that's what I want to talk about. The risk management was the key. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? What's that say there? Risk management was the key. He didn't say the amount of the amount of profitability I was making per trade. He said risk management. That go to show you how important it is to be what? A process-driven trader. You ain't see him talking about no profits. He's talking about process. He said risk management and psychology. That is process. That's proof to what I'm saying. And I'm not here trying to be right. I'm just telling y'all. Process-driven traders is what we are and what we will always be and strive to be if we're not there yet. Process-driven traders. The profits will come. Soaking Insider is a testament to what I say. And once again, I'm not trying to be right. It's not even about that. It's about me just understanding trading psychology. That's where it's at. It's the process. Focus on the process. The heck with the money. The heck with the payouts. All that's going to come. Remember, the profits and the payouts are a byproduct of everything that we do prior to entering that trade. And risk management is one of them. If he was exercising good risk management, that means a lot of things. He was disciplined. He wasn't over leveraging. He wasn't just jumping in trades. He was taking higher probability trades. You can't have risk management without having those three things, period. And it's very important. Very, very important. Risk management, like he said, was the key. Risk management is the key to everything in trading. If you're managing your risk, you eating. Even if you have a non-profitable trade, you ain't blowing no accounts, and those non-profitable trades, they're not hurting you. They're allowing you to trade another day. Period. Just remember that. It's very important. What we got? Still negative in my overall back testing. That's okay. Flora Aura, good morning. Break even. That's great too. Congrats from learning from your mistakes. Absolutely. Oh my God, you can't be more right about the risk. It's way more important than profit. I don't even need to say it. Absolutely. Money is the payment for the person you become. Absolutely. Very well put, Antonio. I like that. I like that. Money is the payment for the person that you become, meaning the trader you become. Money is the payment for the trader you become. Period. Period, period. All right. I think that was Daniel asked me about market structure shift. Could I elaborate on MSS? And then I want to say this. I appreciate everyone for keeping it transparent and being honest with themselves, because whatever you put in the comments, green, red, whatever, it's not about us, it's about you. And being honest with yourself is where it starts. So everyone that put red, I appreciate that. Like, I appreciate that wholeheartedly, because I know it takes a little bit of something to put in there. It's you know, to be a little vulnerable, right? But that's okay. That's why this community was built on love and graciousness. Straight up. You know, we salute everyone in here. Everyone, it's like we just one big hug, all of us. Seriously. So for everyone that put red, I appreciate you for just keeping it real. And all that means is what? That doesn't mean anything. I've went into a lot of weekends red. It don't mean nothing. It just means we got a little more work to do. That's okay. That's what we're here for. We're here to put in work. Straight up. And it takes time. Just remember, to become a consistent, profitable trader takes patience. And to, how would I say, change your life, allow trading to change your life, that's when you have mastered trading. So all of that takes time. And can't nobody teach you time, right? Time is experience, right? So what does that mean? You got to show up every day. You got to stick to your rules. You got to stick to your disciplines. You got to, like I said, sound like a broken record again. Every day we show up. What are we doing, y'all? We are sharpening our trading sword. That's what we're doing. So just keep in mind, if you had a red, if you're going into the week red, who cares? It's not about going into the week red. It's about understanding that, okay, this week I went into the weekend red. I'm not tripping. I'm about to go back in my journal and I'm about to make sure that I do not reduplicate what I did this week. It's very easy. So when next week comes, you won't reduplicate whatever it was that got you going into the weekend red. It's real simple. That's why I ask you guys these questions. That's why we go through question of the day, tip of the day, right? That's why we do this education every day to get us prepared to be in the lane and going down that path of becoming a consistent, profitable trader. And remember, it takes time. Takes time. Period. It takes time. But if you put in the work, you will get there. So shout out to everyone who you know what I'm saying, who dropped it in there and was honest, and I appreciate that wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? And if anyone that hasn't already liked, please like. Let me get them free likes. Let me get that free subscription. I say this a few times just, to keep us on point. I understand we're, watching live, maybe doing other things around the house or whatever it is. Some of us could be possibly at work, whatever. Just do that for me. That's all I ask, and I'll take care of the rest. Other than that, let me see here. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about today? I think there was something I wanted to talk to y'all about. Oh, I know what it was. We were talking about MNQ and NQ being two totally different instruments, right? But my brother Hella Bands, like Chrissy said, was running that tight ship. So we jumped to the charts. So let's go there because I want to talk about that. It's very important that we talk about this. All right, so check this out. These were the news candles. So going back to the conversation we had when I stated any micro version of a ticker compared to the mini ticker is a total separate instrument. So check this out. We're on micros, right? Look at these news candles. This is 529, 530. Now check this out. Look at these candles. 529, 530. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all see that, right? I'm going to go back. You see that, right? Look at that. Two entirely different instruments. They are not the same. Just remember that. They move almost identically the same, but they are not the same. And you can go on it. It's not just these news candles. I'm just using these news candles as examples. But you can find any one of these candles. You know what I'm saying? Any one of these candles. And you can see, compare them to like the same time frame, same time, and compare it to, compare NQ and MNQ, micro and minis, and you'll notice there are differences. Look at this. So the first candle made the high on minis, on regular NQ, right? Right? Now, we go to micros, and look, the second candle actually made the high, and it's sitting way up higher than this candle. But on mini NQ, this candle body is higher here. This is much higher than this candle. Just proof that they're two different instruments. So I just wanted to say that. Just keep that in mind. That was what we were talking about, the last thing I really wanted to talk about. And yeah, other than that, for everyone that went into the week green, dope. Anyone that went into the week red, it's okay. It's no big deal. We know you just got more work to do. Other than that, we had a great week. I'm actually going into the week green. I took 3 trades this week. Yeah, I took 3 trades this week and they all hit. Yeah, I took 3 trades this week and they all hit. So went into the week green, accounts looking good. And yeah, we're going to pick this back up and get cracking tomorrow. Talk about you going to lose on the back and dog or nut. Nah, man. Absolutely no offense to the coaches doing lives, but for some reason it feels a little more pressure on their live trades. Hey, that's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. And dog, you're gonna be out there. We gonna get together. All of us gonna get together. I think Jerry Jack, Mr. Payout, you, Hella Bands, me, and anybody else that wanna get out there, and we gonna do that. So, yeah. Trent lost in basketball. That's hard to believe. No, we ain't play yet. We ain't play yet. We gonna get out there and ball. Well, I can't get out there. You got to give me at least, because where am I? I think 6 weeks. I'm 6 weeks post. I got you, Daniel. Yes. We gonna jump on that. I'm 6 weeks post surgery. You got to give me to at least so my last post-op appointment is May 27th. That's when he finally will be like, all right, take the last x-rays and be like, all right, cool, you good to go. Then I can jump, I can do all that stuff. I'm gonna need at least until June or July. I gotta get back in shape. I mean, I look decent, but I'm talking about my lungs. I gotta get back in shape. So let me do market structure for you, Daniel. And yes, so market structure basically is market structure shift is basically, let me find one for you. Right here. This would be considered market structure shift right here, where you have a candle close above the most previous high. This would be a market structure shift. It doesn't mean that the trend is changing, but this is a market structure shift. Or if you have a close below a previous swing low, let me see if I can find one of those. This right here would be another market structure shift. Actually, this is the actual trade that we took. Was that it? Let me see here. Yeah, that was it. This was the actual trade that we took today. We had market structure shift, waited for a fair value gap, which the fair value gap was up here, set our limit order, and it tapped us back in, and then came down, and this was our target right here. So market structure shift, as I stated, would be that. Nah, man, I would have to do a lot to get ready for real. Hey, I wouldn't mind getting one of them contracts though, Morbid Drifter. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, my day's over, man. I broke my ankle. I broke my ankle playing ball. That pretty much killed my career. Yeah. I mean, I still go to the course and cook, but I'm talking about to really take it to professional level. Yeah, that cooked my career. I broke my ankle. I got 3 screws on my ankle forever, for life. I broke my ankle pretty bad in a game too. The good thing is I made the shot. I got fouled, came down on the foot, broke my ankle, and made the free throw. And hobbled off the court, and that was the end of it for me, literally. But at least I went out like a soldier. Oh shit, my bad, y'all. I mean, shoot, my bad, y'all. My bad. All right, cool. Daniel, going back. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you. So going back, market structure shift would be a close above a previous swing high or previous swing low. So this is a good example of market structure shift. We have a previous swing high, and we had close above this previous swing high. That would be a market structure shift. Doesn't mean that the trend is changing, but this would be considered a market structure shift. I can find one to the downside right here. We took this trade today. My bad, y'all. I wasn't sharing my screen. So we took this trade today. So this is market structure shift. Not this candle, because as you can see, let me open this up. As you can see, this candle did not close below this previous swing low. It wicked below, but it didn't close below. We want a candle close below. That is a market structure shift. Boom. So this would be the candle that would be considered where the market structure shifted right here. Doesn't mean the trend is changing, but that would be a market structure shift. You got it, Serena? Well, I know Serena don't need it, but yeah. Got it. Cool. My bad, y'all, that I wasn't sharing my screen. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let me see if I can find another one for you. Here's another one right here. Previous swing high, right? Market structure shift would be this one right here. Not this candle, because as you can see, this candle closed a little bit below it. It wicked above it, but that doesn't count. This right here. Candle closed above this previous swing high. This is another market structure shift. Yep. So boom. There it is. All right. What we got? Other than that, yeah, I think that's it. That's it for the day, man. We ran a little overtime. We've been running overtime a lot. It's all good. It's no big deal. So enjoy the rest of y'all day. Enjoy the weekend. Let's get back tomorrow. So tomorrow, what's up for tomorrow? Tomorrow you should be reading your journal, going through your journal for this week, going through everything that you journaled for every day this week, right? That's what you should be doing tomorrow. Reading through your journal, identifying areas where you can do better if you made some mistakes, because that's all the things you should be journaling. If you made mistakes, if you didn't make any mistakes, whatever it was, use tomorrow to go through your journal, and use that also as a time to do what? To make sure that you are going through that thing and understanding what happened the week prior, especially for anyone that ended the week red. All right. Also, you should be back testing. Get some back testing in. So when Monday comes, we're showing up on the charts ready to go. There it is. So with that stated, for everyone that ended the week green, dope. Anyone that ended the week red, no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Have a great day. A good remainder, of the day should be off the charts. I mean, you could keep your chart up if you're at home and you want to just glance at it, like go into your life, go handle stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like go do some life stuff. Seriously, like go take care of stuff in your life. You know what I mean? Tomorrow, read your journal, back test, FX replay. That's correct. Yep. Anyone that wants to, just to let you know, Serena, I have a QR code for FX replay. It is in not a QR code, excuse me. I have a affiliate link. I believe I dropped it into the chat. Also, too, you can use Taylor Pruitt's, whatever. You can use either one of ours, no big deal. Have a great remainder of the weekend. Let's be ready for next week and show up on the charts, ready to milk the markets. So I appreciate y'all. Love y'all as always. Shout out to the Edge Fund co-founders, Juvier, Scalp God. Without them, we wouldn't be here. And y'all have a great remainder of the day and a blessed weekend. See y'all on Monday. Yay.